Welcome to the Citrus Podcast Show, your fresh squeeze of music, art, and culture. As always, I'm your host, Ky Richy. You know the deal. Every Wednesday, we're dropping new episodes of Citrus Podcast, so make sure you stay tuned and check us out. We're now on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere you can get your podcasts. So thank you to all the listeners and all the supporters that have been watching and following and checking it out. It's just an awesome platform for us to showcase up-and-coming artists and even some of your favorite artists that are out there. You get to watch them perform live on stage, and we put a lot of work into making this happen. So thank you guys so much for supporting. As always, this episode's brought to you by Wavy Dad Club. Dad life doesn't mean your style has to suffer. New styles from Wavy Dad Club keep you looking fresh, comfortable, and effortlessly cool. Made for dads by dads. Check out wavydadclub.com. Use promo code Citrus10 to get 10% off your next order. Also brought to you by Security and Firearms Training Academy, located in Northern California. If you're looking to become a security guard or gain the necessary skill sets and certifications in the civilian defense industry, head on over to safta-inc.com. Use promo code Citrus to get 10% off your classes. Again, that's CITRUS to get 10% off your classes. We also got merch out. We got shirts. We got stickers. We got koozies for your drinks. So check those out. And yeah, thank you guys for supporting. This is episode 10, man. So we're gonna keep moving along here. Our special guest today was talked about a lot on Darz episode 8. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. He is a rapper and R&B artist out of the Bay Area. Today we have RNB Base.
What's good, man? What's good?
How you doing, man? Thank you for coming all the way out here.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah, it's good to have you. We were talking a lot about you on Darz episode.
Yeah, I heard, yeah.
So yeah, you guys were kind of like a duo, or you still are, and did a lot of projects together. So
well, I met Darz, what was this? Probably about 2015, and by then I was like already deep into the music. But when I met him, we had like one session together, and I was just like, cause I found out that he made beats and he did music and everything. So, we did one session together, and it was like, yo, like the chemistry was already like fire off of one session. And it was just like, after that, like, shit, we just took off for real. Like,
was there like a song in particular that just made you guys think, oh, this is it? Or
what was this? It's been so long that I don't even remember the song name. Like, I think we dropped it as a single. Oh, man, I can't remember the song name, man. But no, it was just, it was different because I was used to like mixing my own stuff, and I'm not like really no mixer engineer or nothing like that. You know, I just mix it good enough to where I could listen to it in the car.
Right.
So
trust your ears.
Yeah. I'm used to just like sending my work off for real. So when I got with him and I seen like how fast he was working, like he was adding all these effects on here and doing everything, and it was just like, this guy's pretty good. Like, and then like for him to like never hear my voice or nothing like that, and then he mixed me down like that, and I was just like, yo, this guy's tight. And it's like, not only is he tight with the engineer and then the beats, like he's a great artist, you know what I mean? So, you know, it was kind of like, man, we just went on one, really, for real. So
your styles just kind of meshed. And
yeah,
found something
for sure. Yeah.
What about yourself? Like, when did you start music? Because you didn't start right when you and Darz started, right? You'd already been working on music.
I had already been going. I hadn't dropped any like studio albums or nothing like that, but I had put together like maybe 3 or 4 mixtapes before that. But I made my first song at 16, and I actually don't know what made me get into music. I really just like, I always like listening to music and stuff. And I was like real sensitive in high school when it comes to like females and stuff. So I was like writing poetry and stuff.
Okay.
And I was just like, you know, once I did my first song, it was just kind of like, yo, I like the way I'm flowing. Like I didn't know what my voice was. It took a while for me to like actually find my voice. But
develop it.
Yeah. Like, you know, find my sound so I could be unique and stand out from everybody. It took me years for that. But as far as like putting words together, I was always like on it. It was good.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
We all did a show together out in San Francisco.
Yeah, fire.
Yeah.
Your set was fire.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, you guys brought out squad. You had everyone there. Yeah, place was packed.
Yeah.
Do you guys do a lot of shows like out in the Bay or?
We used to. It kind of like we kind of like slowed down from doing the shows. Like I want to say like kind of like towards when COVID hit. That's when it was kind of like, all right, everything's like kind of long like online now. So it's like, you know, but we did do a few shows after. We were heavy with the shows probably like in between 2016 all the way up to like 2019. That's where we was like, you know, we dinner had like a show like every month. Like,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Were you doing like solo shows before you guys were doing the stuff together? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I would book like little shows. It wasn't like nothing like major or nothing like that. But like, I feel like when it comes to me, like that was like one of my favorite things to do. Like besides like writing and making music, I feel like when it came to performing, that was like my calling. Like that was something that I really like to do for real. So that was really one of the main reasons why I kept doing the music, because I was just like, I like the feel of performing and getting the crowd energy and stuff like that. So yeah.
Was that something just like right away, natural talent as soon as you got on stage, or did you kind of have to find your stage presence?
No, so okay, it all started out before I even started doing music. You know, being from the Bay, the Hyphy movement, I was turf dancing.
Okay.
So I always attracted like big crowds.
Yeah.
And it didn't never faze me like somebody, they watching you do your thing. So it was just like, yeah, I like this. You know, I'm turfing, I'm pop locking, I'm tutting, I'm sliding, gliding, air walking, you know what I mean? I'm doing all of that. And it was just like, yeah. And I'm receiving energy from the crowd, and I really like that. So it was like, you know, I just translated it into, you know, doing music, and it was really the same thing.
So you were doing dance first before you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they just went hand in hand?
Yep. Yeah, pretty much.
What were some of your like early on like inspirations getting into music? Because I know you said you're trying to find your own unique sound, but you know maybe some artists that inspired you, you know, when you first started, and then now.
Honestly, as far as like R&B, I would say like my favorite R&B artist is Donnell Jones. Can't sing like Donnell Jones, but like as far as like his work, like that was my guy. You know what I mean? Like him, I want to really say it was like early 90s. Like I want to say like or probably late 90s. Donnell Jones, Genuine, Cisco.
Yeah.
Like I'm growing up listening to all of them, and then you know as I get into like you know high school and junior high and high school, translated over towards the Lloyds and the T-Pains and all of that. You know what I mean? So you know they were like a big inspiration on me like doing music, but I didn't want to sound like them, so it's like I didn't even start out singing at all. Like I was strictly rapping,
spitting.
Yeah.
What made you want to start singing? Was it those influences or? Yeah.
So the guy that I was actually one of my best friends that I was working with, Kobe. It was Kobe, and actually my wife's sister, both her sisters, they're from Philly. They moved out here, and we would all like, you know, it was one of those Darz effects. It was like once we did our first song together, it was just like, oh yeah, we got chemistry. And then, you know, we started doing music and stuff. Like they rap, they sing, and then they was kind of like encouraging me to like, you know, we kind of like needed a male voice on the track, so it was kind of like, you know, they was encouraging me like, yeah, maybe you should sing on this. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna sing. I'm not finna do that. But then the more I started doing it, I was like, you know, I'm not the best singer, but I could hold a tone though, you know. And then I just started, you know, practicing and training my voice. Like, you know, I never went to like get a vocal coach or nothing like that, but you know, it was all off of me.
I think that's a big part of it is just like confidence.
Yeah, you definitely have to have the confidence for sure.
Yeah. You mentioned your wife. You got married recently, or?
Yeah.
You want to tell us a little bit about that?
So it's crazy. I like telling this story because what's crazy. How I met my wife is, I I actually knew her sisters and her dad and her brother before I even knew her. And that was all off doing music with her sisters. And then like I want to say it was 2015. She told me, her sisters told me that, yeah, my two sisters are moving out here, and they knew I was like on some, you know, I was a player, you know what I mean? Don't mess with my sister. Whoop this and that. I'm like, yeah, all right. So, you know, sure enough, she came out here, and all right, I'm stalking, you know what I mean? I got my eyes on her, and then it was just like that one night, we just had like uh-oh. It was that one night, and then, you know, a few months later, she told me she was pregnant. And I was like, okay, that's tight. But I was like, you know, I had already had like baby fever and all of that. So I was already ready to have a kid. But
is that facts? Is that how it went? Facts?
That's what she always says. She say I trapped her, yeah. But no lies told. So, I mean, you know, from there, it was kind of like that's just how it went. Like, you know what I mean? And love her to death. You know what I mean?
So how was the actual wedding? I'm sure that was.
So we actually we got married on the 3rd of July at the courthouse, and then
or the reception.
Yeah, we did a fat reception on the 4th of July. So I would like to celebrate our actual anniversary on the 4th of July because that's what I intended it to be.
Yeah, and you get the fireworks.
Yeah.
It's romantic.
Right. So yeah, but no, it was lit. Like I loved it. It was, everything came out perfect, man. It was one of the happiest days of my life, for real. Yeah. Besides having my kids, so.
Yeah, I think I saw a video, and yeah, you're looking fresh. I like the choices and the tuxes.
Yeah, we even actually was one of the highlights for the reception was like our intro was like we walked in. We did a song together. It's called Trust, and it's basically she's on the hook, and you know I did a verse, and she did a verse, and it's like one of our popular songs, and I'm still yet to release that. I know she gives me hell about it.
You guys did the music video at the wedding?
No. We did the intro. We did the intro. Okay. We did the intro. That would have been. It was actually on my mind to do the video at the wedding, but
like, we don't got time. We're on a tight schedule here.
Yeah, but no, it was tight though because like you know we did our intro when we walked in. We was performing the song, and you know it was tight. I loved it.
No, weddings are fun, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Big celebration.
Yeah.
Did you perform any of your songs in the reception?
No. That was the only one. Yeah. I didn't want to highlight it and make it about, you know, my music. So I wanted to celebrate us, you know.
But you did tell the DJ, hey, play some R&B bass.
Actually, did you? No. I think we told him to. She is like my number one supporter. Is like everywhere we go, like. Yeah, she puts in like more advertisement towards me than I do, honestly. So
that's awesome.
She probably did tell the DJ, yeah, play this.
Straight teamwork. Yeah. How important is that to you? Like, you know, your relationship, and then also the relationships with like, you know, other artists that you've established, the team that you guys have built. You know, how important is that to you?
It's major. Like I feel like without a team, like you're not gonna go far. Like. Well, you'll probably go far, just not as fast. Yep. I'm gonna just say that. But as far as like support from like my family, like that's major. Like it's like the little things that count for me. Like I recently just dropped an album and had an album release party, and it was it was at a house, and you know I got like major feedback like just from my family, and they just we got posters and shirts in there, and they sign my shirt, and they made me feel like I was like. Real, own already. So it was like, I really appreciate that. Like,
I think it was just reassuring what you already knew.
But everybody always tells me like, you that guy, don't downplay yourself, stop being humble, this and that. Like,
because as artists, we can be really hard on ourselves.
Yeah, when it comes to that, yeah.
So it's good to have that support.
Yeah, for sure. And even when it comes to like, the people that you do music with, whether they do videos, whether it's photography, engineering, making beats, like all of that is like it really plays a big effect on you know, your timeline and how fast you can move, and you know, because you know, without an engineer, can't really do nothing. Without a producer, can't really do nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gonna stealing beats off YouTube all your whole career, like
You need all the pieces, and
Yeah.
that's what makes a moving unit.
Mm-hmm.
Put you in motion.
Yeah, for sure.
You were mentioning this was a album release party you were talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, what was the album?
So I recently just dropped my fourth solo album, not including the ones that I did with Darz. With the ones including Darz, I have 6 altogether. But what I mean by solo is just like, you know, it's just R&B bass. That's me. So I just dropped my 4th one. It's called Wintertime Bass, and it's kind of like a joint album because my boy Trueness, he produced the whole thing, and he's actually like a dope producer, a dope artist, and I actually came to him with no vision at all.
Just let him kind of take creative control? Or?
No, what it was is like I'm reaching like my older, I want to say I'm maturing in my music. So I wanted to like, you know, show that I can actually rap instead of just like, you know, the pop, the sing and stuff like that. So I actually, you know, I wanted to tell my story. I wanted to tell my story about, you know, my wife, my kids. I want to tell my story about stuff that I've been through. I want to tell my story about my past music, but in a mature way, and, you know, my love for music. So
you're saying you didn't like necessarily plan that all out. You just knew exactly what you wanted to talk about, and you let it come out naturally and just let it flow out. And so it could be like authentic version of you.
Yeah, that's exactly how it came out for sure.
That's dope. And so we get to hear all about your journey from the very start up until now.
Kinda. If you know me and you've been following my journey, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, but for those that don't and it's their first time listening, it's kind of like, all right, I would say it's for the grown folks. Okay. I'm gonna say that, like, you know, it's not like I don't have like no club bangers on there, like you finna play this in the club, but it's for more of
mature.
Mature. It's TV shows, commercials, motivational music. Oh, he got bars, huh?
Yeah.
Like,
because you guys do a lot of the licensing stuff.
Yeah.
All that, so.
I'm gonna give Darz more of the credit on that. And, you know, he got to connect on that for sure.
Oh, that's super dope. Having your music on all that kind of stuff, TV, movies, even on some of the sporting event stuff.
Man, it's crazy because like it was a LeBron commercial that came on. The first one was a Steph Curry commercial. And they was playing like just the instrumental in the background, and it was just like, you know, they don't even hear my voice, and I'm just like, yo, this me, like.
But if someone were to Shazam that's coming up to you
for
guys,
sure,
your song, so that's pretty dope, man.
Yeah, I was fanned out for sure. Like, I gotta, you know what I mean? Steph Curry, LeBron James.
Yeah, man. It's been kind of asking a lot of artists this, but like nowadays, like what we have to do as artists with how the industry has changed, how social media has changed with like short form content and trying to, you know, stay up to date, stay relevant with that. Like, you know, what's your take on that?
Me personally, I don't like it. I don't like it because it's kind of like you overlooking a lot of people just for that 2 seconds of fame. Right. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, he's popping right now, so let's put him on. But you know what I mean? Can he actually put together a body of work? You know what I mean? So that's the part that I don't like about it. But I mean, like, you know, if you find your way on, do what you do. I'm not hating on it. It's just me personally, I don't like it. But and the reason I would say that is because in 2017 I ran into Mozzy in the mall, and he basically, I talked to him for like 15 minutes and he gave me this, it wasn't like no motivational speech or whatever. You know, we was just in line in Foot Locker, and he was just like, he was telling me, I told him I do music and everything, and he was just like, you know what, whatever you do, you know what I mean, be consistent with this music and put together projects, whether it's like albums, EPs, whether you drop a lot of singles, just be consistent with it because you never know who's watching. You know what I mean? It could be an A&R watching you. It could be a label watching you. You don't never know. So it's like, whatever you do, just keep dropping and keep doing your thing, never give up. And it was just like, after that, I dropped my first album after that. And that was back in 2017. So, you know, that's kind of the reason why I'm still putting together projects. But even before I knew him, I was putting out mixtapes and stuff though. So it's always been my thing.
Yeah. Was that like really inspiring to you to hear that, or you just...
I didn't notice how inspiring it was until I actually put my project out, honestly. And I really like give him a lot of credit on that. It was just like, yo, like I actually did this, and it's, you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not like super famous or nothing like that, but you know, showing that I can actually do that. You know, it's a lot of artists that's out there that, you know, really, they've been doing music forever and they still haven't put an album out or a project or whatever. You know?
Yeah, I feel like it's just like once it's like that's part of the journey, and like putting it together, and then like the feeling you get like after, and it's like you have a piece of work, and you know, whether you press that into vinyl or CDs or even just put it online, seeing that as a completed project, you know, I feel like it's so much more worth it than just like, you know, I mean, because we got to keep up and drop singles nowadays.
Right.
That's just what it is.
Sure.
But the project is, there's something special about it, you know?
Yeah.
And,
it's getting more in depth of like, you know, who you are, like, and how you feeling at that moment when you drop that project. So, yeah.
What are some of your favorite songs that you've created?
I would say my favorite song that I've created would actually be like two of them. So my first favorite one would be one that I did with Darz on Famous Overnight 2, and it's called Misunderstood.
Okay,
and
I think I've heard that one.
Yeah, I've really I don't even know how I came up with, you know, whatever we did, but it was just like, once I heard it, I was just like, yo, this is tight. And it's different. It's like, you know, it's pop, you know, I'm talking about a girl. Oh no, I'm tripping. It's not Misunderstood. I'm tripping.
Sounded familiar, like I heard that one.
It's Matter of Time. Matter of Time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It was Matter of Time. But yeah, they were both on the same project. That's why I said that.
Okay.
But yeah, Matter of Time. And then the second one I would have to say is one that I recently just released on this project, Wintertime Bass. It's called All I Need. And reason that one is one of my favorites is because I'm explaining my love for music in the form of a female. And I got that idea from Kanye West. He dropped Graduation. He did Homecoming. Homecoming was about Chicago in the form of a female, and I took his idea. So shout out Kanye, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's one of my favorite songs because it showed like, you know, music can be with you whenever, whether you're, you know, sad, mad, happy, whatever. It's a different mood for whatever, you know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, those are two of my favorite songs for sure.
There was I don't know if the full video is out, but I think Darz either directed it or he shot it. Is that Show Me? Is that what it's called? Or
yeah, so that was the interlude on the Wintertime Bass. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we've been talking about doing a full video, but that was just kind of like a trailer for the album.
Did he shoot it or he just directed it? Oh, he shot it.
He did. He directed and shot it. Yeah.
That looked clean.
Yeah. Right on.
Did you? So that was like pre-recorded in the studio, and then you were just. It matched up. Yeah. It synced very well. Like I was sold.
Put my acting skills on.
Yeah, no, you did great, and I love Darz did his thing with the camera work and the color grading, and I was checking that out. And when you're at the door, the door, what do you?
The ring cam.
Yeah. I like that. It's clever. It's cool. It kept me entertained and kept watching it. So
yeah, that's what I mean by like it's for like, you know, grown folks. It's for like, you know what I mean, when you going through something with your lady and you know what I mean, you out promoting your music and you come home and she mad because you've been out all night. You know, somebody that's young and not in a relationship and don't live with their girl probably wouldn't understand where I'm coming from. You know what I mean? So
I think I saw some of the comments. They were waiting for you to answer the door. They said, "Is that what?"
I catch a lot of slack from the homies on that because it's like, man, how you get locked out your own house, man? Where your key at? I'm like, man, I'm acting, bro. acting.
So are we gonna see the full? Is that in the works?
We've been talking about it. I don't know yet because I actually do have something else before that, but I don't know if I would do it because we are expecting another little gift, and I don't know if
is that news that we just dropped on the podcast, or does everyone know this? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were getting some exclusive drops right now on Citrus.
No, we announced it a few weeks ago. So
okay, we'll delete the post and we're gonna do it on Citrus.
I'm down with that. Yeah. So she wants to do the video and she want to answer the door all pregnant and stuff. So
okay,
that's what she want to do.
Okay. So to be continued.
Right.
For that one.
Yeah.
You have the poster. You want to bring that over here and hold it up to the cam?
Yeah. Wintertime Bass, man. It's out now.
Yeah, hold it that camera right there.
Yeah, here we go. Wintertime Bass.
Oh, she got the shirt and everything too.
Yeah. She put together a shirt. Actually, I brought these here. These are for you guys.
Oh
here.
No way! You got to sign it, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. I got you for sure.
We'll hang it up in here. We need more art in here. So
yeah, see, I got you.
We'll put that
I don't know
up
what
in
size shirt you wear, but I brought a few shirts for you.
Oh, okay. And we got some Citrus shirts, so we'll do a trade.
Oh yeah, it's good. Yeah, favor for a favor. There we go.
Yes, sir. All right, Wintertime Bass. Where can we find that project?
Wintertime Bass is streaming on all platforms, Apple Music, Google Play, Tidal, YouTube, whatever you got, you can find it. Just type in R&B Bass or Wintertime Bass. It's gonna pop up. It's nice, man. It's a more mature project. It's for the grown up ear. You know what I mean? Late night mood. You know what I mean? Whatever you feeling. You feel like listening to some rap. I got you.
Okay. So you got a song on there for any mood?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's dope. What else you got coming out? You got any other announcements? You working on the next one, or this one just came out? So
It did, but even before I started doing this, I was already, I already was like almost done with another project that I'm putting together. I can't give you the name yet.
Okay.
But I would say it's 75% done.
Okay.
So there's really only like one more track that I have to do. And the rest of it is just mixing and mastering. So
Darz, get on it.
I know, right? Yeah. Tell them again. But no, I'm expecting to drop that one. I want to shoot for the end of the year, kind of like in the wintertime. I kind of want to do that.
Wintertime Bass.
You feel me? Yeah.
What are we doing for the rollout for this one? Are we gonna do any shows, or what do you got going on?
I don't have like any shows planned out, but like if anything pops up, you know what I mean, I'm taking it because it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't waste any more time sitting on no more music. So
right.
It's like we gotta go.
Gotta push it out there.
Yeah.
During the release party for it, do you like to pick up the mic and kind of rap along, or you just let everyone listen to it and take it all in? Or
I thought about it. So on the last track, we did kind of perform the last track because, like I said, my boy Trueness, he actually he raps, and I wasn't gonna let him do this project without showing that he can actually rap.
Okay.
But because he just wanted to produce the whole thing. It's like, no, I just want to produce. I want to be the guy behind the scenes. I'm like, bro, you actually got bars. I'm not finna let you do this project for me and you don't give me a verse, at least one. So I let him end the whole album. So we actually performed that. But when it came to the release party, we was just vibing out. It's kind of like just a kickback,
right.
And, drinking, whatever, listening. And we listened to the album like fully through, and it's 8 songs. So
okay.
It wasn't like we was sitting there for like hours listening. It's one of them ones where you can like listen to it on your way to work. By the time you get to work, you're done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it make you run it back.
And then
so
listen to it on the drive back.
Yeah, on
home.
the drive back. Yeah, for sure. Especially if you're sitting in traffic.
Yeah.
You can listen to it twice. Yeah.
What are you gonna be performing tonight?
Tonight is it's off of Wintertime Bass. It is one of the, I want to say, favorites that everybody's been telling me. It's called Late Night.
Late Night.
Yeah, and that's one of those ones where it's kind of like, all right, everybody could vibe to this one because, like, you know, whether you're single or not, you're going to take that late night drive. If you don't live with your female, you're going to take that late night drive to, you know, see what's happening. You know? So that's what that's about. Yeah, it's called Late Night.
Dope, man. I'm excited to hear it. Thank you for coming out and being
Man,
on the show.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. This has been the Citrus Podcast Show, your fresh squeeze of music, art, and culture. You can follow us on Instagram at Citrus Podcast, and you can follow RNB Base on Instagram at
I am R&B Base.
I am R&B Base. All right, stay tuned for a live performance. Don't go anywhere. We have R&B Base performing Late Night.
What's good, Citrus Podcast? I go by the R&B Base. Performing Late Night off my new project, Wintertime Bass. It's out now. Thank y'all for fucking with me. Let's get it. Late night, swerving. If I touch you, then do it make you nervous? Can tell you like that, the way I double tap. Only hit it once, I might have to double back. Full course meal, put it all on the table. Do it lights off, TV, no cable. Demon in the sheets, she forgot about a halo. Hypnotized, got her doing what I say so. Whoa, she can't control it. Back to back shots, she ain't sober. Ayy, so I'ma hit it to the morning, begging me not to leave her lonely. Yeah. If I hit you at the 12, you know that it's trouble. I took one shot, she done took more than a couple. I'm tryna vibe with you, see a different side of you. I'm a liable, beat it down, sliding you. You can bank on me, I won't leave you alone. No, she wanted, only got on a T and a thong. I'm catching signs for your energy, all in the room, good with direction, but I never did follow the rules. Make you comply with whatever we trying to do. All my pleasures in the world, I find them in you. And she matched that, we the perfect pair. Why you put your time in it if the effort wasn't there? Yeah, late night, creep hours, get it in during sleep hours. No need to shut no eyes, we ain't gon' sleep till I fuck you right. That's why you want me to come by, make you come alive, then I make you come twice. Late night, swerving, if I touch you then do it make you nervous? Can tell you like that, the way I double tap. Only hit it once, I might have to double back. Full course meal, put it all on the table. Do it lights off, TV, no cable. Demon in the sheets, she forgot about a halo. Hypnotized, got her doing what I say so. Whoa, she can't control it. Back to back shots, she ain't sober. Ayy, so I'ma hit it to the morning, begging me not to leave her lonely. Yeah. Scorpio, if you forgot to ask, that's a sign. Type of sex that make you forget what was on your mind. Body language talking, baby, we conversing. I'ma press play and do whatever we rehearse. It's something about your presence, baby, it's a gift. Blow the roof over, nigga, then maybe we can switch. Sober, drunk, it don't matter. Doggy style, ass fatter. This pussy so finger licking good. Baby, you can serve it on a platter. Hot like a sauna, you make me wanna do more than chop it up like Benihana's. Hit it in the AM morning, mañana. Leave you speechless, no mas habla. Late night, swerving. If I touch you then do it make you nervous? Can tell you like that, the way I double tap. Only hit it once, I might have to double back. Full course meal, put it all on the table. Do it lights off, TV, no cable. Demon in the sheet, she forgot about a halo. Hypnotized, got her doing what I say so. Whoa, she can't control it. Back to back shots, she ain't sober. Ayy, so I'ma hit it to the morning, begging me not to leave her lonely. Yeah, late night, come again. This time she wanna bring a friend. This time we ain't gon' never end. We gon' do this every single weekend. Late night, come again. This time she wanna bring a friend. This time we ain't gon' never end. We gon' do this every single weekend. Yeah. Yeah. If I touch you there, do it make you nervous? Yeah. I go by R&B Base, man. Thank y'all once again, Citrus Podcast.